To give to me? Oh. I don't think so. Because he's not teaching. He can hear me. It's pretty close. Get that right.
To all who are joining on the live stream and who are here in person, and then today is the festival day. The Buddha turned the Dharma wheel, and His Holiness Chetsang Rinpoche's birthday together. So we are celebrating this.
All right, good morning. So we're going to be using the text, the prayers to recite on holy days, and we'll begin on page 1.
Dongar Dandar Nyur the Lana Meba Yanda Bar Zobe Janjo Rumboje Dobar.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. All sentient beings, limitless as space, take refuge in the glorious true gurus, the lineage masters and the kind root guru, who is the essence of the body, speech, and mind, qualities and activities of all Tathagatas of the 10 directions and 3 times, source of the 84,000 Dharma collections, and sovereign of all the noble Sanghas. We take refuge in the divine assemblies of the Yidams Mandalas. We take refuge in the Buddhas, the transcendent conquerors. We take refuge in the true Dharma. We take refuge in all the noble Sangha. We take refuge in the hosts of heroes, dakinis, and Dharma guardians, they who possess the eye of wisdom. All sentient beings, limitless as space, take refuge in the glorious true gurus, the lineage masters and the kind root guru, who is the essence of the body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of all Tathagatas of the 10 directions and 3 times, source of the 84,000 Dharma collections, and sovereign of all the noble Sanghas. We take refuge in the divine assemblies of the Yidams Mandalas. We take refuge in the Buddhas, the transcendent conquerors. We take refuge in the true Dharma. We take refuge in all the noble Sangha. We take refuge in the hosts of heroes, dakinis, and Dharma guardians, they who possess the eye of wisdom. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all Mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all Mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Protector of all sentient beings without exception, deity who conquers the relentless legions of Mara and his hordes, who knows the nature of everything without exception just as it is, transcend and conquer with your retinue, please come to this place.
Argam badem bubam dubam alogam gande nevedem Shabda badi zai zoi wai zai je bu je zoi je me doi jam re rai len je nye de jan ban de san je je lai me de per wai ye roi goi nam dai shen de jo bar jo.
The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. Visualizing it as a Buddha field, I offer it. May all beings enjoy the fields of utter purity. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offering, confession, rejoicing, requesting, and praying, I dedicate it for the complete awakening of all beings.
non se je jen sun jue ban bur kan so yon dur de sor wan de gor wai don jo so jen je lo je ye jen nor wai zoi ge jen ma san jue me jar wai don Jian bei ye xiang ai dan den, zhe wei dan ye gai zhen jian, zhuo wai zhuan zi ren bai jie, dai sim ye jiang ai ne sor wan de, quan ye jiang ai ne xian jie lan. Sem dui ne jie mian nan dan de, luan de jie gra do bai xian jie lo.
Top of page 5. Namo. To the Guru, the utter purity of all appearance and existence, I offer all appearance and existence arisen from the primordial ground. I supplicate you. May the three realms be completely liberated. Please grant blessings to empty samsara from its depths. Lord, with 5 omniscient wisdoms, crown ornament, kind one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible by words or thought, I supplicate you from the core of my mind, bless me from within the state of Dharmata, bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn, is the unfathomable Dharmakaya.
Yuan den de de yin xie bai zha juan bar yan dai bar zoi be san jie re bai dan xia zui den ba de wa re xie ba jie den jian ba jie wen de wa ka lui jie wa la nai me ba la dai me Nam jie duan bai nian me xia jie jia bei xia jie de zhe mai me ba la go ve ra de ge bei jian zai lo.
To the bottom of page 5. Bhagawan, Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha who has knowledge in its base, virtue, bliss gone one, knower of the world, unsurpassed guide who tames beings, teacher of gods and men, unequaled king of the Shakyas, touching my head to your immaculate feet, I respectfully pay homage.
Gan ze gan ye zo wei jue dan ze, sai jian de lai gong bai den bar ne, ngai nen jie den de nan joi jie song, de zhen ge bai jue lai shan zai lo, nan dai ge ngai jue de zo zai wai, ye xie jian zuo si jie lun bai zhan, zai bai jie de sam nai lang ye wai, gui bai jue nie jue lai shan zai lo, zhen jue de bai zhe mie da wei zhe, sen duen zai wai jue lai shan zai lo, den zai jun zai xie ba sen nan zi, miai mian jian jian jue lai shan zai lo, men jun de wai ka lor jian zi jing, gun jian jian wai jun zi de yin xie, wai boi xie xin ye xie xie lai ge, nian yue xue bai de lai shan zai lo, gun boi tui jie qie den bai, tam jian jian bai dun bai bo, sui na yun dian jian zui xie, de yin xie lai shan zai lo, dai ben dui jai zhai wei jie, ge wen ge sun le zhui xin, jie de dun dun zhui zhui bai, HEGR 觉来现在落，这呢这为了远顿，来拜他来来对归，先给大拜远点心。跟得来远现在落。
To page 6. When you, supreme among humans, were born on this earth, you took 7 steps, then said, "In this world I am supreme." Homage to you who were wise at that time. With a pure and noble form, endowed with all the marks of excellence, ocean of wisdom, like a mountain of gold, your name is renowned throughout the 3 worlds. Homage to you, most realized guard. Homage to you of supreme signs, of untainted moon-like face and golden complexion. Homage to you, Immaculate One, who is most radiant in the 3 worlds, with unequaled knowledge. Supreme among humans, foremost guide who tames beings, Tathagata who has severed for good the bonds of mental afflictions. With senses serene, you abide in great peace. Homage to the peaceful one who lived in Shravasti. Compassionate protector, omniscient guide, merit field of oceanic qualities, homage to you, the Tathagata. The virtue of the pure cause that is free from attachment, liberates from evil destinies. It is the single, supreme, and ultimate truth. Homage to the Dharma that is peace. Freed, you show the path to freedom and honor fully the pure trainings. Best of fields, field of virtuous qualities. Homage to the Sangha too.
今年所得所见界的内，得三些百灭有三个根，大个买略的代团结来，略代我也代为在结我，三辈结别莫来对待给。 今儿外团结也将我son的，先给的你了来的拜耶，今儿外跟来来的现在落，得结的那得你三界难，三界世界为内追拜的。 别得觉觉也乃买律法，但觉觉外代给干外美，别得爱拜美色将最难，眼界也来将最在根结，觉外根结远的来觉见。 địa vare chế bát tan chế đại kế tuổi mê tuổi tan bài chế vai tan bài tan sư nhé nai tan shô bài tương chối tan mara mê an chô tan tu bê tan bài yê gyar vai đề đại lai nê an chô bài chế Nói sai tan bài nói tan chân chối tan chế mê bơ mai rơ rai nhai bài tan quê bê chế bàn bài bên chối quên chế gyar vai đề đại lai nên chô bài chế chối bài gai nai lai mê cha chế vai địa đại char vai tan chế lai ai mê Zain boi cho lai đề bia tôi đại kế char vai cơ lai chan zain choi bài chế đối trái chế tan đề môi hoàn kế nê lừa tan hỏi tan đề chế ye chế chẳng đề bài đại kế chế bài trên chế bài đề đại tan chế đại cơ so soi trái trôi chế char vai cơn tan san chế se rang chế nan ta lo tan mê loi tan char vai cơn chế so nan gan la yang đề đại cơn chế chế da ye ran ai na cho chen che de zhuo mai da jian che ren bar san je mai chai ni gong bai de da ge tan je lai Gor lo lai nai me bai go war gor Nyang yan da tuan gan xie de da lai Ro wai gan lai pen xian de wei xir Kra bai xian ge de nye xiu pra yang Dai ge tai mo roi zhe su war jie Chan se wai dan zhe jian xiao bai dan Jie se ye ran gur xie su wai ye Ge wai juan se da ge jie se bai Tan jie su be xian chu se ngu
Back to the top of page 8. To those in as many worlds as there are in 10 directions, the lions of mankind, the Tathagatas of the 3 times, to all of them without exception, I prostrate with faithful body, speech, and mind. Through the power of this prayer for noble conduct, may all the conquerors vividly appear in my mind. With bodies as numerous as atoms in the universe, I respectfully bow down and pay homage to all the conquerors. On a single atom, there are as many Buddhas as all the atoms there exist in the world, residing amidst their bodhisattva sons. Thus, I envision the entire Dharma expanse without exception as being filled with conquerors. With inexhaustible oceans of praise, with oceans of melodious sounds, extolling the noble qualities of the conquerors, I praise all the Sugatas. With the best of flowers and exquisite garlands, music, ointments, the supreme parasol, supreme lights, and the finest incense, I make offerings to the conquerors. With the finest garments, sweet fragrances, and powdered incense piled high as Mount Meru, and with everything in exalted and supreme displays, I make offerings to the conquerors. I also envision vast and unsurpassed offerings made to all the conquerors. Through the strength of my faith and excellent conduct, I prostrate and offer to all the conquerors. I confess whatever wrong I have done, controlled by attachment, aggression, and ignorance, with body, speech, and also mind. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, the solitary Buddhas, and those on the path of learning and beyond learning, as well as in the merit of each and every living being. All those lights in the world of the 10 directions who have progressively attained the stages of awakening free from attachment, all those protectors I entreat to turn the unsurpassed wheel of Dharma. All those who intend to display the passing into nirvana, I beseech them with my palms joined together to remain for as many kalpas as there are atoms in the universe for the benefit and happiness of all beings. Whatever slight virtue I may have gathered from prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, entreating, and beseeching, I dedicate it all to the awakening of all beings.
Bottom of page 12.
Top of page 12.
Bottom.
ai jie me duan bai nie dan den zhong ge na wan gai me son jui jie me zhe ran de nam gran jue zhe jian zhe wei ren jie sen zhe bian ye da wei den duan ban zui me xia jia sen ge ne Sir John Doi Jen Zan Dan Bei Zhe Den Zhe Ge Son Son Dor Jie Zhe Zhuan Xue Jia Ye Sa Non Jia Jia Lei Jian Shen Jia Yue Nian Jia De Zhe Lun Zhe Nam Sir Jie Re Dar Se Jie Ban Bar Wa Ye xie wu zhe zha vian ka yin jia ye we se jie ne dian zhe zhu ban zuo jian zun gu jie yong gu xin jian bai zan jie xie xin tan ye le nam zhe de wan zhu ge bar zuo wa Kyabgon Thinley
To the bottom of page 12. Ah, as the union of unbored emptiness and the ceaseless appearance of interdependence, magically there appears before me in the sky, amidst vast clouds of offerings, on a jeweled lion throne and lotus, sun and moon disk seats, the incomparable teacher, lion of the Shakyas. His body the color of gold, adorned with major and minor marks. Clad in the 3 Dharma robes, he sits in Vajra posture, his right hand gracefully poised in the earth-touching mudra, and his left hand is in the gesture of meditation, holding an alms bowl full of nectar. Like a mountain of gold, magnificent, he shines in splendor, spreading beams of wisdom light across the whole expanse of space. The 8 close suns, 16 elders and the like, a vast ocean-like retinue of noble beings encircles him all around. Simply think of him and he grants the glory of the highest bliss, liberation from samsara and nirvana, the 2 extremes. He is the great being, perfect embodiment of every source of refuge.
Đại diện của sinh kia cho luân chuối chế, quân sinh chuối bế trên đời mình nên bờ, thôi mình nên giải tế tôi mai luyện bài, nhìn nên chúa bài trái biểu số sợi trả, bài đại số sự chế về kia vay nên. Tua san sa lai chia sơ ye rai ngô, sai chen cha chia chia chiang ko liu sor, chua chia chia men chia pai ko du sor, chua ne nam ga ta ge ye xie ko, tua san pon chia mie pai choi mui chia. There is an origin, just a doing jump. Troubles of good, the non one Nai give the sons I beg joy. By Chan Ro, I go like Pele. Jia Jar boy, the near Jen. Jia jar bia gong ban to bai shu, dai jai nian mian zhuo wan gui mian nan, tui jia la bai song wei gai zhen le, xin de duan de ren jie nan sun jie, na wai jie nie jie jian zhe le nie. Te sira chan chun zui mie che bu ye che te pe nian de sun de na, ngui che tan chai qian bo ma nier bar, chan chui bar de tui jie jian zin zu.
To the bottom of page 14. With your great compassion, you embraced this turbulent and degenerative world and made 500 mighty aspirations. You are as exalted as the white lotus. Whoever hears your name shall never return to samsara. Most compassionate teacher, to you I pay homage. All my own and others' virtues of body, speech, and mind, together with all our possessions, visualized like Samantabhadra's offering clouds, I offer to you. All the harmful actions and transgressions I have committed throughout the beginningless time, each and every one I now confess with intense and heartfelt regret. In all virtuous actions of the noble ones and ordinary beings accumulated throughout the past, present, and future, I rejoice. Turn the wheel of the profound and vast Dharma teachings ceaselessly and in every direction, I pray. Your wisdom body is like space and remains changeless throughout past, present, and future. Yet in the perception of those to be guided, you go through the display of birth and death. Even so, let your form body continue always to appear. Through all the virtues I have accumulated in the past, am accumulating now, and will accumulate in the future, For the sake of benefiting all beings who are as infinite as space, may you, the sovereign of Dharma, be forever pleased, and may all attain the state of the victorious one, the Lord of Dharma. Living beings like us, adrift in this degenerate age, have no guidance and protection. Because of your kindness, caring for us with unsurpassing compassion, every manifestation in this world now of the three jewels is your enlightened activity. You are then our only refuge, incomparable, supreme. So from our hearts we pray, with total confidence and faith. Do not neglect the great promises you made in times gone by, but hold us until we attain enlightenment with your compassion.
Lamas Tumbai Join Den De Yen Sheba Rajon Bar Yanda Bar Zob Sanje Parajava Jaja Debala Jan Zalun Judo Jasun Jewo Lamas Tumbai Join Den De Yen Sheba Rajon Bar Yanda Bar Zob Sanje Parajava Jaja Debala Jan Zalun Judo Jasun Jewo Lamas Tumbai Join Den De Yen Sheba Rajon Bar Yanda Bar Zob Sanje Parajava Jaja Debala Jan Zalun Judo Jasun Jewo Lamas Tumbai Join Den De Yen Sheba Rajon Bar Yanda Bar Zob Parajava Jaja Debala Jan Zalun Judo Jasun Jewo Lamas Tumbai Join Den De Yen Sheba Rajon Bar Yanda Bar Zob Sanje Parajava Jaja Debala Jan Zalun Judo Jasun Jewo.
2 times in English. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, complete and perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, complete and perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge.
Deyada Om Mene Mene Mahamanaya Sova 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 Om Mene 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 ma mana yesowa. Oi 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 ma mene yesowa. Oi mene mene ma mana 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 yesowa. Oi mene mene mana yesowa. Oi mene mene ma 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 mana yesowa. Oi zhen jo ba dang zong de be jian jie duan be ge le ye xie jian. O zi na zo be na wai jian be da dan sen jian dan jie jian. Zhe ba dan jie zai jian. Te ba jian be lan jie yuan dian zui yin de jie de. Chirama do be sa no bar ju.
So we're going to read at the bottom of page 17 the last sentence that starts with then. Then, through the power of uttering the names of the Buddhas and reciting his Dharani, imagine that from the Buddha's body there emanates a great radiance of multicolored rays of wisdom light, dispelling all our own and others' obscurations and causing all the genuine qualities of the Mahayana path to arise within us, so that we attain the level of perfection from which we will never return again to samsara. And now we're going to go to page 41 for the praise of the 12 deeds.
Gan ge dang bo jian jui dui jie ne. Zui nan ye xie zui nie zun zi jing. Dun dren zi bai jia jing zhu wai ye. Gun zhi zhu lai dai ge du bai jie. Lai nan dun zin de wen dun jie ne. Lai li bai ne lan jian dai xie xin. Re lai zi ne la mui jian zhi jie. Lun sui zhu ban zi lai xian zai lu. Dai wai zhi zui xia jie si bu ne. Zai jie lun bi zi de dan bi zi. Zai dan jia xin jie dun zin jui ne. Jian jie re sui nian zi qian zai lu. Yun de du dian me ye xin ge di. An ga man ga dan ne jie zai din. Jie wei zhi bai jie nan zai jie ne. Dian dai me ban zi lai qian zai lu. Jie dian jie dan dun bai jia wai dan. Kana ma do ban ser zu mo ye. Kor dai den ze ta loin ke ba ye. Jar se jo waran ze la shan zai lo. Jia wai nian bo me je ne. Jian ne xuan dian ka lai xie ne wai jiang. Joy dian nan dai zhuan de nie le nie. Rab de xiong wan za lo. Zuan bia jian zhe zhe bai gong ne ne. Ne ren de nan zhan de loi zhui de. Ga wai jian zi zuan zhen tar xin ne. San dian zhuan nian zi lai shan zai lo. Toi mai mian nian bia bai duan yu xer. Man ga da ye shan chui shen zhuan de. Jie zhuan me yuan guan bai san jian ne. Jian zhu zu bai zi lai shan zai lo. Toi jian zhuo lai nier de se ne ne. Wa rai na se lai sui nian chui de. Jie jiang guo loi guo ne de xia nan. Te ba san lai gun zi chan zai loi. Yan jia guo wai nian ba zai jie shi. Me de duan bai zhui dai li xian su. Kor moi jie ge yer de nan de. Te bai ye le jia lai shan zai lo. Se bai sun nai bian mie yuan dian jie. Nian de yu bai zheng zhe jian bu dian. Lai mian zhuo wai gun jie ran jui bai. Dian bai jie bai zi lai shan zai lo. Le loi jie nai nier de gu xie xie. Zan jui zhong ge sai jie sai mai ren. Jie miao duo jie da yue gui xie ne. Yang yan da wan zi lai shan zai lo. Yan dai nie dun jie ba mi xie dang. Ma wan sim jie sun nan do xie xie. De nie de ne ren zi man zhi ne. Ge dong jia jian zi lai shan zai lo.
To the top of page 41. With skillful compassion born in the Shakya clan, unconquered one, subduer of Mara's horde, your body shines like a mountain of gold, king of the Shakyas, homage to you. You first awakened the mind of enlightenment, then completed both collections of merit and wisdom, with vast deeds becoming the protector of beings in this age. To you I offer praise. Knowing you tamer of gods, it was time to tame us you came, descending from heaven as an elephant, saw your clan of birth, and entered the womb of Queen Maya. Homage to this deed. When 10 months had passed, you were born Shakya Prince in Lumbini's fortunate grove. Supreme marks, honored by Brahma and Indra, confirmed your enlightened line. Homage to this deed. As a powerful youth, a lion among men, you showed your skill in Anga Magada. Defeating proud men, you were peerless. Homage to this deed. To conform to the laws of the world and to avoid censure, with skillful means you possessed a retinue of queens and ruled over a court. Homage to this deed. Seeing worldly endeavors had no essence, you left your home and going through the sky, ordained yourself through the stupa of great purity. Homage to this deed. Intent on persevering until you had reached awakening, you practiced austerities for 6 years on the bank of Narayana, and ultimately, perfecting diligence, you attained the highest samadhi. Homage to this deed. To make your efforts from beginningless time fruitful, you sat unmoving beneath the Bodhi tree in Magadha and fully awakened to perfect enlightenment. Homage to this deed. Soon after, you looked with compassion upon beings, and in other holy places such as Varanasi, you turned the wheel of Dharma, establishing disciples in the 3 vehicles. Homage to this deed. To put an end to evil opponents at Gaya and Banga, You subdued all Maras, such as the 6 Tirtaka teachers, Devadatta, and so forth. Victorious sage, homage to you. Unparalleled in splendor in all the 3 worlds, at Travasti you displayed mighty miracles and presented vast offerings by gods, men, and others. You caused the teachings to spread, homage to this deed. To spur the indolent at the holy site of Kushinagar, you parted from your immortal Vajra-like body and passed into nirvana, homage to this deed. To show that you had not in reality perished, and so that beings of the future could gain merit, you emanated a wealth of relics and caused your remains to be divided into 8 portions, homage to this deed. And now back to the bottom of page 18. Like all the Buddhas and their heirs, in enlightened intention and in activity, aspiration, wisdom, love, and capacity, in these and all the ways unsurpassable wisdom manifests, may I and every other being too come to be exactly as they are. Page 21.
本常看着人的就把说，就嘛半别三年牛灭下，就嘛明白让我见不认同，就来这边年着捐讲的，就灭顿见这个多把说。那个是yan三百段跟着，三百在那300、500米，这个在那那就动儿米，现在真没把着，但同对待这人着外观。眼睛像就三代连接接，这代人把这些绝接呢，女儿的左边三脚托把来说，你们这边想东西，但这你们年个的自觉。跟着你们特别着急呢，就是你们为他们着学。
To the top of page 21. Your mind, many eons ago, rid itself of all deceit. Your speech, honest and true, is free of any form of artifice. Your body's acts are disciplined and unpretentious. Great sage, genuine and wise, to you I prostrate. Buddha's heirs who have seen the ultimate meaning, speakers of truth, whose words have prophetic power, those on the way to liberation through the three vehicles, before you all in devotion, I bow down. From now on, in all future rebirths, throughout my lives, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, may I never part from you. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, please accept me as your follower. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, let me gain accomplishment just like you. My body's actions, may they be disciplined and unpretentious. My speech, may it be honest without falsity or deception. My mind, may it be genuine without artifice or deceit. And may I rely upon spiritual guides and true Dharma friends. The first entrance to the path of liberation, the first route of escape from samsara's perils, the first preliminary to all practices of Dharma, genuine renunciation, may it dawn within my mind. With it, I have all that's needed to attain enlightenment, and without it, there's no way to find awakening. The indisputable seed from which Buddhahood is gained, may I generate bodhicitta, utterly pure and supreme. Further and further, may supreme bodhicitta develop. Throughout my lives, may bodhicitta never be forgotten. Again and again, may I meditate on bodhicitta and always train in the way of the bodhisattva. Whatever the enlightened actions of the great sage, heroic Manjushri, or Samantabhadra in all my lives, may my own actions be equal to theirs, and spontaneously may I accomplish my own and others' welfare. Excellent path, which brings about Buddhahood in but a single lifetime, with skillful methods to benefit oneself and others at one at the same time, and the view of a single reality in which samsara and nirvana are inseparable, may I embark upon this unique path of the Vajra vehicle. Hosts of Vajra holders who cultivate the approach of this path, taking as partners those who bring about blissful emptiness as a way for co-emergent wisdom to be introduced, may this unique path be enjoyed in the realm of the Dakinis. The face of my original nature, mind itself left unaltered, my very own essence beyond contrivance, may I see it laid bare. Sustaining meditation, untainted by any trace of alteration, may I gain the ultimate fruition free from any fabrication. In the meantime, may all my wishes be fulfilled. For as long as I live, may I have no negative intentions, and when I die, may I not suffer a painful death. Having died, may there be no fear of delusory appearances. May all who see me, hear me, think of me, or come in contact with me in any way develop renunciation, bodhicitta, and co-emergent wisdom in whatever way is appropriate within their minds, so that swiftly they may arrive at perfect Buddhahood. May I behold the sun-like Buddha with his signs and marks. May I savor the nectar of the sun-like Dharma in my heart, and may the sun-like Sangha accompany me to liberation. From the light of these three sun-like supreme ones, may I never part. We're going to continue on page 25 in English. Homage to the ever-youthful Manjushri. With purity of body, speech, and mind, I bow to all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future without exception, in every world, in all the 10 directions. By the power of this aspiration of Samantabhadra, I bow with as many bodies as there are atoms in the world to all those victorious Buddhas manifest in my mind, and I pay homage to all of them. I conceive the entire realm of truth to be completely filled with enlightened ones. On each atom I imagine there to be as many Buddhas as atoms in the world, each Buddha surrounded by many bodhisattvas. I honor all these blissful lords, praising their perfections with all the sounds of various melodies, an ocean of endless praise. I offer to those heroic Buddhas the finest flowers, garlands, music, and ointments, excellent canopies, choice lamps, and the best incense. I offer as well to those victorious ones the finest array of all excellent things, the finest robes and fragrances, and heaps of sweet-smelling powders as high as Mount Meru. By the power of my faith and the deeds of Samantabhadra, I prostrate and present vast and unequaled offerings to each of the victorious Buddhas. I confess every type of wrong that I have done in thought, word, or deed, while influenced by desire, anger, and ignorance. I rejoice in the meritorious deeds of all the Buddhas, as well as those performed by the Bodhisattvas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Arhats, those who are in the path of training, those who need no more training, and by all sentient beings in the 10 directions. I entreat the enlightened protectors who have attained the detachment of Buddhahood and illuminate the worlds of the 10 directions to turn the peerless wheel of Dharma. With folded hands, I beseech those who intend to manifest the final nirvana to remain for as many eons as there are atoms in all the worlds, for the benefit and happiness of all living beings. May whatever small amount of virtue I may have gained from prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, and beseeching be dedicated to attainment of perfect enlightenment. May I worship the Buddhas of the past and those who now present in the worlds of the 10 directions. May those to come quickly fulfill their aspiration and reach Buddhahood by traversing the stages of enlightenment swiftly. May all the worlds of the 10 directions become extensively and completely pure. May it be filled with bodhisattvas and victorious Buddhas who proceed to the royal tree of enlightenment. May all living beings in the 10 directions always be happy and free of sickness. May they be endowed with favorable circumstances for achieving dharmic goals, and may their wishes be accomplished. May I remember my lives in all states of existence while in the training for enlightenment. In all my successive births and deaths, may I always embrace religious life. May I follow all the victorious Buddhas and perfect all the deeds of Samantabhadra. Pure in the morality without defect, may my conduct always be flawless. May I teach the Dharma in every tongue, in whatever sounds are understood by living beings, in the languages of the gods, nagas, demons, spirits, and human beings. May I steadfastly apply myself to the 6 perfections. May I never disregard my intention to attain enlightenment and completely remove whatever faults may obscure my path. May I be free from karma, emotional afflictions, and the influence of demons, like the lotus unsoiled by the mire, or like the sun and moon in a clear sky, so that I may proceed unhindered. Throughout all the lands and all the directions, may I relieve the suffering of the lower realms. May I be able to bring happiness to and provide benefit for all living beings. Fully accomplishing the activities of enlightenment, may I work in harmony with the needs of all beings. May I practice and demonstrate the deeds of Samantabhadra through all future eons. May I always associate with those whose activities are similar to mine. May we act alike in thought, word, and deed, and may our aspirations be as one. May I always associate with spiritual friends who wish to help me and teach the deeds of Samantabhadra. May I never cause them pain or disappointment. May I always personally behold the victorious Buddhas, those guardians surrounded by bodhisattvas, without tiring in all future eons. May I always present them magnificent offerings. May I always uphold the Buddha's holy Dharma and illuminate the deeds of enlightenment. May I train in the practice of Samantabhadra in all future eons. The rebirth in all the states of existence, may I gather an endless store of merit and wisdom. May I become an inexhaustible treasure of all virtues of method, wisdom, concentration, and liberation. May I always behold as many pure lands as there are atoms present in each world, with inconceivable Buddhas sitting in the midst of their bodhisattvas and performing the activities of enlightenment. In this way, may I be able to see everywhere, even on every mote of dust, countless Buddhas of the past, present, and future, limitless pure lands, and endless eons. May I always heed the pure speech of the victorious Buddhas, which holds within each word the totality of the perfect Dharma. and an ocean of languages precisely suited to the needs of each being. May I possess the perfect intelligence to heed the endless melody of speech when the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future turn the wheels of Dharma. May I accomplish the Bodhisattva's practice of entering the past, present, and future in a fraction of a second. May I know in a single instant all that is encompassed in the duration of the 3 times. May I behold all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future in a single instant. May I always perform their activities through the power of liberation from illusion. May I perceive upon a single atom the perfect design of the pure realms, the past, present, and future. Thus may I enter into the realms of the victorious Buddhas in all directions. When the illuminators of the worlds of the future realize the stages of Buddhahood, turn the wheel, and enter the profound peace of nirvana, may I always be in their presence. May I accomplish the perfect powers of enlightenment, the power of miraculous swiftness, the power of perfection of every spiritual path, the power of all virtuous qualities, the power of all pervasive loving kindness, the power of the merit of every virtue, the power of all transcendent wisdom, and the powers of perfect knowledge, method, and meditation. May the forces of karma be utterly purified, the power of passions utterly subdued, the power of demons utterly destroyed, and the power of the deeds Samantabhadra perfected. May I tirelessly perform the enlightened activities for an ocean of eons, purifying an ocean of lands, liberating an ocean of beings, realizing an ocean of Dharma, attaining an ocean of wisdom, perfecting an ocean of practice, accomplishing an ocean of aspirations, ceaselessly serving an ocean of Buddhas. May I completely fulfill all perfect aspirations to the enlightened activities of the victorious Buddhas of the 3 times by attaining enlightenment according to the deeds of Samantabhadra. The eldest son of the victorious Buddhas is called Samantabhadra. I dedicate all these virtuous actions that my deeds may be like his. May my body, speech, mind, deeds, and environment always be pure. May I become equal to Samantabhadra in these excellent aspirations. May there be no limit to my activities. May there be no limit to my virtues. Through limitless perseverance, may I accomplish all miraculous deeds. The limit of living beings is like the limit of open space. May the limit of my aspirations be equal to the limit of their activities and passions. Whoever offers to the victorious Buddhas all the perfect joys of gods and men, and the infinite realms of the 10 directions adorned with jewels, for as many eons as there are atoms in these realms, shall gain great merit. Whoever hears this greatest dedication prayer and is inspired by faith to intensely desire supreme enlightenment, shall gain even higher and holier merit. Whoever recites the aspiration of Samantabhadra will never again endure hellish rebirth, will abandon all evil friends, and will soon behold Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light. They will gain all benefits, live in happiness, attain precious human rebirth, and soon become like Samantabhadra himself. Even those who in ignorance committed the 5 unredeemable sins will soon be completely purified by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra. They will achieve perfect wisdom, a radiant countenance, beautiful form, auspicious physical marks, and a noble birth. Profane and devilish being will not trouble them, and they will be honored in the 3 realms. They will quickly reach the tree of enlightenment and reside there to benefit all beings. As enlightened Buddhas, they return the wheel of Dharma, taming the demonic hosts. Whoever preserves, teaches, or recites this aspiration of Samantabhadra shall ultimately attain perfect Buddhahood. May none despair of complete enlightenment. In whatever way valiant Manjushri and Samantabhadra know how to transfer merit, so do I dedicate all of my own virtues that I may train to be like them. Since dedication is praised as supreme by the victorious Buddhas of the 3 times, I dedicate all these roots of virtue to accomplishing the deeds of Samantabhadra. At the moment of my death, may all my obscurations be removed, that I may behold Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light, and go to Sukhavati, the pure land of perfect bliss. In that blissful land, may I completely fulfill all these aspirations and benefit all beings as long as the universe remains. Joyful there in that blessed assembly of the Buddha, may I be reborn like the holy ones from an exquisite lotus. May the Buddha Amitabha himself foretell my own enlightenment. May I thereafter emanate endlessly throughout the power of perfect wisdom to accomplish countless benefit for living beings in all the 10 directions. Through whatever small virtues I have gathered by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra, may all the virtuous aspirations of living beings be accomplished in a single moment. Through the boundless merit gained by dedicating these aspirations of Samantabhadra, may the countless beings drowning in the torrent of suffering reach the stage of Amitabha. May this greatest of dedication prayers benefit countless living beings. May reciting this ornament of Samantabhadra release all beings from the suffering of the lower realms. We continue on page 31, Maitreya's Aspiration. Homage to all the Buddhas, homage to the Bodhisattvas, sages, and hearers too, who all possess the eye of gods. Homage to bodhichitta, who reverses the path to bad rebirths, fully reveals the path to higher states, and leads one to the state where there is no aging and death. Whatever wrongs I have done, controlled by an afflicted mind, I confess all these in the presence of the Buddhas. May whatever merit I have gathered through the three kinds of activities, those seeds of my omniscience, not become exhausted until I reach awakening. I rejoice in all the offerings made to the Buddhas in all the realms of the 10 directions, which are known by the Buddhas who rejoice in them. I confess all wrongs and rejoice in all merit. I prostrate to all the Buddhas. May I gain exalted wisdom. I entreat all bodhisattvas abiding on the 10 grounds and all the realms of the 10 directions to awaken into supreme enlightenment. Having awakened into true enlightenment and conquered the hordes of Maras, may they turn the wheel of Dharma to heal all living beings. May their sounding of the great Dharma drum free all beings from suffering. May they remain, teaching the Dharma for inconceivable millions of eons. Mired in the swamps of desire and entangled in the ropes of existence, I am totally enslaved. I supplicate those supreme among men to look upon me. Buddhas do not blame beings who have tainted minds, but hold them in their hearts with love. May sentient beings be released from the ocean of existence. All those perfect Buddhas of this time, all those who have existed in the past, and all those yet to come, may I train, emulating them, and act as bodhisattvas do. Having completed the 6 perfections, may I liberate the beings of the 6 realms. Having actualized the 6 extraordinary faculties, may I reach unsurpassed awakening. Phenomena are not born and do not arise. They lack self-nature and location. They are without perception and substance. May I realize their emptiness. Like the great sage, the Buddha, may I realize that phenomena lack self-nature. There are no sentient beings, no life, no individual, and no soul. Selfless and devoid of grasping at material things to benefit all beings, may I give unstintingly. As things do not exist inherently, may my wealth appear spontaneously. As all things will end gradually, may I accomplish the perfection of generosity. Endowed with pure morality, guided by the rules of discipline, with morals void of arrogance, and may I accomplish the perfection of morality. With patient acceptance that does not condemn, which is all-embracing like the elements of earth, water, fire, or wind, may I accomplish the perfection of patience. With perseverance that is stable, joyful, and without laziness, with steadfast mind and body, may I accomplish the perfection of diligence. Through illusion-like heroic stride and Vajra-like samadhis, may I accomplish the perfection of meditation. Through actualizing the 3 doors of complete liberation, the equality of the 3 times, and the threefold knowledge as well, may I accomplish the perfection of wisdom. May my aspirations be fulfilled through a bodhisattva's diligence, which shines with dignity and brilliance and is praised by all the Buddhas. In this way, training in the bodhisattva's practices, may I become renowned for love. May I thus accomplish the 6 perfections and come to dwell at the summit of the 10th ground fully. Page 33, the dedication prayer. By all the virtue I have amassed, by composition of this book, which speaks of entry to the bodhisattva way, may every being tread the path to Buddhahood. May beings everywhere who suffer torment in their minds and bodies have, by virtue of my merit, joy and happiness in boundless measure. As long as they may linger in samsara, may their present joy know no decline, and may they taste of unsurpassed beatitude in constant and unbroken continuity. Throughout the spheres and reaches of the world, in hellish states wherever they may be, may beings fettered there tormented taste the bliss and peace of Sukhavati. May those caught in the freezing ice be warmed, and from the massing clouds of bodhisattva's prayers, may torrents rain in boundless streams to cool those burning in infernal fires. May forests where the leaves are blades and swords become sweet groves and pleasant woodland glades. And may the trees of miracles appear, supplanting those upon the hill of Shamali. And may the very pits of hell be sweet, with fragrant pools all perfumed with the scent of lotuses, be lovely with the cries of swan and goose, and waterfowl so pleasing to the ear. May fiery coals turn into heaps of jewels, the burning ground become a crystal floor, the crushing hills celestial abodes, adorned with offerings, the dwelling place of Buddhas. May the hail of lava, fiery stone, and weapons henceforth become a rain of blossoms. May those whose hell it is to fight and wound be turned to lovers offering their flowers. And those engulfed in fire of Vajrayani, their flesh destroyed, their bones bleached white as kunda flowers, may they, through all my merit strength, have godlike forms and sport with goddesses in Mandakini's peaceful streams. What fear is it, they'll ask, that grips the henchmen of the deadly lord, the frightful vultures and the carrion crows? What noble strength is it that brings us joy and drives away our dreadful night? And looking skyward, they will see the shining form of Vajrapani. Then may their sins be quenched in joy, and may they go to him. And when they see the seething lava flood of hell, extinguished in a rain of blossoms, drenched in scented water, at once fulfilled in bliss, they'll ask, how can this be? And thus the denizens of hell will see the one who holds the lotus. Friends, throw away your fears and quickly gather here. For who is it who comes to banish dread? This youth with bound-up gleaming hair, this loving bodhisattva saving and protecting every being, whose power relieves all pain, increasing joy. Do you see the splendor of his house that echoes praises of 1,000 goddesses, the 100 gods who lay their diadems before his lotus feet, the rain of flowers falling on his head, his eyes moist with compassion? Thus may those in hell cry out unseen Manjughosha. And likewise when, through these my roots of virtue, they see the joyful clouds let fall their cooling scented rain, their obscurations cleansed by bodhisattva like Samantabhadra, may all those languishing in hell come now to perfect happiness. And may the stooping animals be free from fear of being preyed upon each other's food. And may the famished spirits have such joy as those who dwell within the northern continent. And may they be replete and satisfied by streams of milk that pour from noble Lord Avalokita's hand, and bathing in it, may they be refreshed and cooled. And may the blind receive their sight, and may the deaf begin to hear, and may women near their time bring forth, like Maya Devi, free from any pain. And may the naked now be clothed, and all the hungry eat their fill, and may those parched with thirst receive pure waters and delicious drink. May the poor and destitute find wealth, the haggard and the careworn joy. May confidence relieve those in despair and bring them steadfastness and every excellence. May every being ailing with disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the healing be instantly and permanently healed. May those who go in dread have no more fear. May captives be unchained and now set free. May the weak receive their strength and living beings help each other in kindness. May travelers upon the road find happiness no matter where they go, and may they gain without the need of toil the goals on which they set their hearts. May those who put to sea in boat or ship attain the ports that they desire, and may they safely come to shore in sweet reunion with their kith and kin. May those who lose their way and stray in misery find fellow travelers, and safe from the threat of thieves and savage beasts be tireless and their journey light. May children and the old, the weak, protectorless, bewildered in the wild and pathless wastes, and those whose minds are dulled, and all who are insane, have pure celestial beings as their guardians. May all attain the human state and be possessed of wisdom, faith, and love. With perfect livelihood and sustenance, may they have mindfulness throughout their lives. May everyone have unrestricted wealth like the treasury of space, enjoying it according to their wish, without a trace of harm or enmity. May beings destitute of splendor become magnificent and bright, and those worn down by toil and drudgery acquire great beauty and perfection. May all women in this world attain the strength of Tara, and may the lowly come to excellence, the proud and haughty lose their arrogance. May thus, by all the merit I have gained, may every being, leaving none aside, abandon all their evil ways, embracing goodness now and evermore. From bodhicitta may they never separate, and constantly engage in bodhisattva deeds. And may they be accepted as disciples by the Buddhas, and turn aside from what is Mara's work. And may these beings, each and every one, enjoy an unsurpassed longevity, living always in contentment. May the very name of death be strange to them. On every side, in all the 10 directions, may groves of wish-fulfilling trees abound, resounding with the sweetness of the teachings spoken by the Buddhas and their bodhisattva children. And may the earth be wholesome everywhere, free from boulders, cliffs, and chasms, flat and even like a level palm, and smooth like lapis lazuli. And for many circles of disciples, may multitudes of bodhisattvas rise in every land, adorning them with every excellence. From birdsong and the sighing of the trees, from shafts of light and from the sky itself, May living beings, each and every one, perceive the constant sound of Dharma. May they come into the presence of the Buddhas and meet with Bodhisattvas, offspring of the same, with clouds of offerings unbounded. May the teachers of the world be worshipped. May kindly spirits bring the rains on time, for harvest to be rich and plentiful. May princes rule according to the truth, and may the world be blessed with all prosperity. May medicines be strong and full of virtue. May healing spells be chanted with success. May spirits of the air that feed on flesh be kind, their minds imbued with pity. And let no being ever suffer pain. Let them neither ail nor languish, never doing evil. May they have no fear nor suffer insults, and may their minds be ever free from sorrow. In monasteries, temples, and the like, may reading and reciting widely flourish. May harmony prevail among the Sangha, and may its purpose be all fulfilled. May ordained monks intent upon the practice find perfect places for retreat and solitude, abandon every vagrant thought, and meditate with trained and serviceable minds. May nuns have all their wants supplied. May quarreling vindictiveness be strange to them. Let all who have embraced monastic life uphold a pure and unimpaired observance. May they feel regret when discipline is broken, and always may they strive to cleanse away their faults. May they thus obtain a fortunate rebirth wherein to undertake unfailing discipline. May the wise and learned be revered, and always be sustained by offerings. With minds suffused with purity, may their renown spread far and wide. May beings never languish in the lower realm. May pain and hardship be unknown to them. Enjoying more than godlike strength and beauty, may Buddhahood for them be swiftly gained. Again and yet again may sentient beings make offerings to all the Buddhas, and with Buddha's unimagined bliss, may they enjoy undimmed and constant happiness. May all the Bodhisattvas now fulfill their high intention for the sake of beings, and sentient beings likewise now receive the good the Buddhas have in store for them. And may the Arhats and the Pratyeka Buddhas at length attain their perfect happiness, and may I also through Manjushri's kindness reach the ground of perfect joy, and through the stream of all my lives embrace monastic ordination. Thus may I abide sustained by simple ordinary fare, and in every life obtain a dwelling place in perfect solitude. Whenever I desire to gaze on him or put to him the slightest questions, may I behold the unobstructed vision of Manjughosha, my protector. To satisfy the needs of beings dwelling in the 10 directions to the margins of the sky, may I reflect in every deed the perfect exploits of Manjushri. And now, as long as space endures, as long as there are beings to be found, may I continue likewise to remain, to drive away the sorrows of the world. The pains and sorrows of all wandering beings, may they ripen wholly on myself, and may the virtuous company of bodhisattvas bring about the happiness of beings. May the doctrine, only remedy for suffering, the source of every bliss and happiness, be nurtured and upheld with reverence, and throughout a vast continuance of time endure. And now to Manjughosha I prostrate, whose kindness is the wellspring of my good intent, and to my virtuous friends I also bow, whose inspiration gave me strength to grow. And now we're going to celebrate Chetsang Rinpoche's birthday. We have a birthday cake.
We will do the mandala offering only in Tibetan on page 8.
ba no ning je mong dar yon de ma je da zo zo je bo je ze gun mer je dan zin je wa sen je lo me dai me da le yon de yen Jian gan ne zon zhuo wan dai jie jie men zi len de ne lui men zhen zhuo per wei san jie do bar xin jie lui wan ge de wan zai gen ran na man zha la pa de za zo wai ji zang go lo de wai jin be jie de dong ze jiao da he rui ga jiong dian ba we wang zuo le zhuo de ge zhe zuo le jia de ne guan jiu sun de xia jia sen ge dian ban zhe xian be wei dan ye kun san jiu ben zhou dian zhe len jiu lun zhe jiu zhen Lamas wan yu man tu be ye ge ra zui yin de dun sui yin sam dan gong bai Nyam tu zhe be par yuan yuan zuo be jin chuo din zhen gong be xiab den Long a dian nui gen zhen gen zhe su te be de zhuo lun biang zhen be Rou gun zhe wei sim jie zang bo den sen de ge wei xie sa xiab den Jie be jie wei gong ba ra zai zhen zun be dian la lun zhe bo bai Zun be zhou gun sen da lei sen be yin bo dun jie dian zhen xiab den Pe dian jie dang gong bo zhe gong be ma mie long de dian be yin bo Li jian tan de jie ge sun mian de bi wei wang sun jiu ge xiab dian Ma le zhou gun de gen zuo jian le zhang ne nian de xiang bo yong ge Tu jie guo jia xie ba de yan de ga jia xia dian xie ba lun zhe Len mie la ma ye dan xin la dan ye re song jie xie le dian be Dor jie zhou qin me zi na bu che le zang bu mong bu yong zhu zhu Qi jian chong ga la zha xi de le Qi jian chong ga la zha xi de le Qi jian chong ga la zha xi de le Qi jian chong ga la zha xi de le Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Holiness. Happy birthday, Holiness. May we eliminate the fire of anger emotion in this world. Om da re re ma ma yer jana o ye ba zhen ge re so wa Om da re re ma ma yer jana o ye ba zhen ge re so On da re ma ma yer jana bo ye bo den go ro so ma ma
dare de mama ayer jana pa badengara so on dare de mam ayer jana ba ye badengara so